You are live. Good evening, everyone. My name is Darren Silvers, owner operator of HentaiCake.com, and I know I look like a potato right now,
You
as does
actually kind
Shep,
of do.
with his potato cam.
Well, I'm using a laptop webcam right now.
I said potato cam. Uh, it
It's
is
potato.
cold and I'm shaved everywhere, so potato.
Yeah, it's goddamn cold.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm moving, so I don't have my usual good cam. So, and
Say la vie.
I'm in a weird location in my house,
There you go. So,
or rather,
it
my
is
grandfather's house. So,
it is a long, long week for me personally. It will continue to be a long week until Christmas.
oh yeah, this is busy time for you
It's super busy time for
in
me.
your day job.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But you guys could help alleviate this by getting yourself a membership over at hentaikick.com, where every single dollar that you spend helps us pay for more reporters, pay for more models, pay for more cameramen, pay for more people so that I don't kill myself. But
Please,
because
please, we need money.
because we do not have ads on our website, we will not take ads on our website. I refuse. I deny. No. Although if you would like a sponsorship deal, Darren at hentaikick.com. Um, I'm
Anyway,
willing to be a whore, just not on my own website.
just on the
Uh,
podcast.
just not on the podcast is fine. That's okay. You know, I watch a lot of Adam Carolla, and I have and Joe Rogan and all their sponsors. Looking at you, BioTrust. So,
So,
what are we even leading with today?
the best news.
Oh, furries.
Yes, Beastars anime next season will be its last.
Thank you,
The plague is
Jesus.
over.
You know, I'm so happy I don't have to see another thing about a rabbit getting rampaged by a wolf.
Lord. Uh,
I was
I
quite
mean,
happy.
the best things that could have happened. The new Space Jam sucked, and Beastars anime is ending.
Good, good, and we all learned that LeBron cannot act.
Yes. Well, MJ couldn't really act either, but he was MJ.
He was at least personable,
Yes.
and that was really the most important part. All
Well,
right,
it was he needed a paycheck to pay off his gambling debts.
LeBron or
By
Mike?
Mike.
Oh, there you go.
That's why Space Jam happened, and that's why he went to go play baseball.
Ah,
He was secretly suspended from the NBA for gambling.
well, there you are. There we are.
So
All right, so Beastars is finally ending. If you like the show, you're a furry, or a girl who desperately needs a boyfriend or a decent boyfriend. Apparently, just oh my god, this show.
the show.
This show is all the levels of lonely and horny I've ever seen.
I mean, it's not a bad show, but yes,
It
that makes it.
lonely and horny the anime now with animals. I
Oh,
think the worst part is the number of cosplayers who are like, "Oh, I can totally do this," and then they all went straight to porns and was just like, "Oh yeah, like that's cosplayers of the devil." That's all there is to it. So
how many Beastar sets does HentaiCake.com have?
zero. We have zero, zero, zero. How
But
many? How
what do
many?
you?
How many bunny girl sets? Like three.
Okay, I was gonna ask, why haven't you cashed in on this?
Because I have morals. Okay, I'm gonna have these pansexual furries and launch them into space. I on a daily basis, I tweet at Elon Musk, please send pansexual furries into space. They don't have to survive. I just want them in space. They can explore the sun.
We gotta move on because I'm gonna fall off my chair.
You might have a heart attack. I go deep in the paint like it's Space Jam when it comes to furries. I killed him. I killed him. Your mic cut out. Can't hear you. Your mic's dead. Your mic is dead. You muted yourself. You muted yourself. All right. Well, Shep has. There we go. That was fun. He accidentally killed his mic.
I'm
You
back.
alive now? Okay.
I unplugged my headset. I was laughing so hard.
There you go. There you go.
Let me share my screen again.
It's all good. Come on, share screen.
So, moving on from degeneracy.
Towards or away from?
Away from.
You sure?
Maybe. It's cute girls doing cute things. That's wholesome.
Come on. There's a share screen. All right.
So, remember that hockey anime we all got hyped up for because it's a goddamn hockey anime and it's about goddamn time?
You mean it's the one that I kind of ignored because I couldn't do it.
It was just two generic cute girls doing cute things.
It wasn't hockey enough. It wasn't sports enough. It's one of the reasons why I drop most anime sports things with girls in it, because it deteriorates into girls doing cute things, but then it lacks the sports aspect.
It starts to follow the K-On! Formula too much.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the complaint about K-On! Is we want more music. The music is awesome. More music. That's Pure Ore's problem. But
Yep.
hey, at least it exists. It's a hockey anime, and apparently it did well enough that it's now getting a mobile game.
See, I'm not sure how I feel about a mobile game of an anime, but then again, you had what's it called? The racehorse girl idol mobile game.
Yes.
My mother was a mayor and my father was a lonely rancher.
It's going to be put out by DMM, who does Contact Collection.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad that they're doing something other than Contact Collection.
They were kind of known for waifu games before Contact Collection.
What do you mean before Contact Collection? Isn't Contact Collection just another waifu game?
Yes.
All right, there we go.
But it's a waifu game with history. Does she talk shit about my shipfus?
I will talk a lot of shit about shipfus. All right, moving on. What else is on the docket before I destroy the awfulness that is what should have been a decent hockey series?
Some sad news in video game news.
Oh, yes.
The creator of the NES and SNES, Mazuyuki Yumira, has died.
Yeah, that was a sad day, unfortunately. I
worked on the Famicom and its initial 3 games.
Yeah, it's this is literally video game history dying on us. It's a sad day, and he lived to 78, which is older than most people going on him,
especially in that era.
And he clearly made an impact on millions of people, and continues to make an impact as it completely changed an entire way of entertainment for people.
Brought back an industry from the dead. Video games were dead when they introduced Like they were going strong in Japan, but when the NES hit, it brought video games back from the dead.
At least in the Western front, yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that was sad. What else do we have?
An article from hentaicake.com.
Hentaicake.com. This is one of mine. Yes.
There's rumors of a possible Persona 3 port.
Yes. So this is one. So if you're paying attention during the Video Game Awards to anything but the Video Game Awards, like most of the world,
Because why would you pay attention to the Video Game Awards? They mean nothing.
They mean absolutely jack crap.
They mean less than the Oscars, and the Oscars mean Dickola at this point.
They mean less than the Grammys, and Eminem has outright stated he will never go back. So, one thing that happened was Atlas announced that Persona 4 Ultimax, which was the Xbox fighter of the Persona series, which was also the continuation of the Persona 4 canon, was getting a multi-port to PC and Nintendo Switch, and I believe PlayStation 4 or 5. So, it's Atlas is going, hey, we have these games that have an established fan base. Let's remake them and send them back out to people who didn't have the right system.
Let's milk that fan base.
And the original leaker for this person, Zippo, he during the Video Game Awards said, "Oh yeah, by the way, also Persona 3 portable multi-platform gonna happen. Bye." I was like, boop. There's a link to his blog in our site there, but so I saw this and I began thinking about it, and I wrote a full-on article about this. And Persona 3 portable is an odd choice. Persona 4 Golden was of course one of the popular. Is the big popular one right now, along with Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal. Because everyone has access to Persona 4 thanks to Golden being available on Steam.
Everything
Now?
Is it? Wait a minute. Is it on Switch yet?
It's not on Switch. It's on Steam.
Okay. Well, it's on Steam and PC Master Race.
Yeah. So there you go. And that right there brought in a whole new group of people, allowing them to go and play Persona 4. Persona 5 still being popular on PlayStation, but was also Game of the Year and was huge success overall, considering it was released in February.
Yes.
Which is an odd day to release a video game, but there you are.
Well, it gets it out of the holiday crush.
There was no holiday crush that year that I'm aware of, but there were.
Well, traditionally, like, you have the big holiday, like, a bunch of things coming out during the holidays. People get new consoles during the holiday. Whatever game they got during the holiday is usually beat by then. It's like, well, I need something new.
True. All right, but
February is actually kind of a perfect time to launch February or March is actually a perfect time to launch a new game.
So Persona 3 started the original problem that Persona 4 and Persona 5 has, which is they have a improved version. Persona 4 has Persona 4 Gold, and Persona 5 has Persona 5 Royal. Persona 3 had two versions. Persona 3 Portable, which was the PSP version, and Persona 3 FES, which is the superior version in my eyes. Persona 3 Portable did add one big caveat, which is they added a female protagonist.
Is this the robot waifu?
No, the female protagonist main character. So you could be the boy main character or the female main character. And it changed the storyline depending upon which character you used. But those of us in the Persona fan base and Persona and the Atlas fan bases kind of consider Persona 3 Portable to be not canon. Mostly because it changed the ending in a lot of different ways, and it doesn't mesh. Well, Persona 3 FES gave you just the one character, and also dealt with the fact that gave you the extended ending with the special dungeon at the very end that answers a lot of the questions you got. Now, each and every Persona game has a different theme to it. Persona 5 is rebellion against the system. Persona 4 was finding friendships and living in reality and accepting who you are. Persona 3 is the reality of death. So each and every game has their own thing. So the main reason I don't like the main character female for Persona 3, she's really bubbly.
Which doesn't really fit the theme.
Doesn't really fit the theme. And the boy is very quiet and kind of creepy and very emo.
Which is
Fits
the theme.
Which is the theme. So you see the issue I have with this overall thing. Now, granted, I'm happy to have Persona 3 in any way, shape, or form, but it's also an older game, and I expect it will show its age. So I really, really hope that whatever they do to this game, they don't mess it up. They don't screw with it too much, because this is a Persona game where you do not control your main character. You control just your main character. You don't control your teammates. It's a weird way of playing the game.
Interesting.
You can give them orders as to what you kind of want them to do, but you can't choose their moves for them.
So it's kind of like ordering your teammates in an Ace Combat. You can kind of tell them what to do, but they act according to their own AI subroutines.
It's okay. There's a few characters that are quote unquote healers, and everyone prefers using the red-haired dominatrix girl because it's better than the whiny pink girl.
Okay.
So, but the dominatrix girl has one major problem. You put her on healing and you're all low on health. You go, please use healing. And she'll go, I'm going to use, because the choices are attack, full on attack, defense, or healing / support. And support includes debuffing enemies. And one of the debuffing things is brainwash or confusing spell. And you'll be like, I need you to go and heal us. I'm going to use the confuse spell on the enemy. What are you doing? No. We're all low on health. Why would you use your mass heal?
Who heals more, her or Goofy in Kingdom Hearts?
Well, Goofy doesn't have healing, so.
Or whoever Donald. I'm sorry. I apologize to Kingdom Hearts fans. I haven't played Kingdom Hearts.
You haven't
I
played
just know
Kingdom Hearts?
I just know the salt. Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts came out when Kingdom Hearts came out when I was an Xbox kid.
Well, here's the thing. She will heal normally when it's not a clutch reason to heal.
But when it's clutch,
she'll always, almost 9 times out of 10, will screw it up. And you're like, why? Why would you do this? You have one job.
Because fuck you. That's why.
Oh, so yeah. So again, if you enjoy stuff like this, we are of course looking for more people to help us with this stuff, and I could use some more people doing articles.
Is that a hint? I need to write more.
That's a hint that I need more people writing besides just me, you, and like one other person. That's it.
I think this is like the first article in a while that I haven't that has been someone other than me.
Yeah, I have been.
And
busy.
It's you.
I have been busy. Leave me alone. And I literally wrote this today, like 2 hours before we started this.
You were putting on the finishing touches as we were starting.
Exactly. I was just like done. But this is interesting, and again, Persona 3 will probably show its age. It is an older RPG, but it is the very first one, which started the whole Persona time management school dungeon system. Before this, the Persona games were just rehashes of the Shin Megami Tensei series. So, what's up?
Will it show its age as bad as KOTOR does?
That depends on how they remake it, but probably not, because lots of Persona 3, the cool scenes are all animated anime scenes.
Okay, so all the cutscenes are anime, so
that's well, not all, but like the ones that are really actiony or important and would have like changed the entire way that the models would have to be moved.
Okay.
So
More video game news.
What do we got?
Tales of Custodia is shutting down in February of 2 months from now.
2 months from now. I'm not sad by this. Tales of Custodia is a weird MMO. If you played it, it's weird.
I never got the chance to play it, so I'm kind of sad
it's an
because it's a Tales game I haven't played, but
it's an action RPG mobile game.
yeah,
Yeah, and
those usually don't do too well.
Yeah, it's not a very fun game. It has latency issues. Nothing seems to work the way it should, and all the good characters, you have to learn how to use them after you summon them. It's obnoxious.
Ah,
So I'm not surprised that this ended up dying. But that's just the way it is. Vark.tech. What is Vark Tech? I don't know. Who is Lydia Bradford? I don't know who they are. Hello, Lydia. All right, let's continue on. What else we got?
oh, the Blizzard trash fire keeps continuing.
Oh yeah, the big important the fact I wrote our title over Blizzard cries over spilled milk.
Yes. So, lactating Blizzard Activision Blizzard employees detail how they were harassed and say when they would store breast milk it would be stolen.
That's just funny.
Other cheers would rock back when in the breastfeeding room, cheers would rock backward and could not be locked into position to pump. There's on floor. You know what? I'm not gonna pull up the tweet.
Right.
Refrigerators had padlocks that weren't consistently locked. Not enough storage space. Sounds like a complete shit show.
Well, I'm surprised that they didn't have this person working from home.
Yeah. Well, apparently this is like started in like 2008, and I can understand not having the networking infrastructure if you're going back and forth with
Okay, that's a little different.
going back and forth with artists and stuff, digital artists.
Okay.
Because I know a lot of studios they rely on fiber being throughout the office to move stuff around quickly.
Yeah, I got you. All right. Well,
It was a different work at home environment in the early 2000s or late 2000s.
yeah, I got you. There wasn't a lot of ability to just transfer in and do what you had to do and leave. Interesting. All right.
And that probably cemented a culture that, well, things are happening.
Things happen. So Blizzard just keeps taking it in the teeth, and they kind of deserve it. So screw them. That's my general feeling at this point. Like, listen, you screwed up. You kept screwing up. You didn't stop screwing up, and here we are.
So, next up, more anime news. Devil is a part-timer. Is getting a second season and is going to debut in July.
Finally.
I mean, we reported before that I was getting a second season, but it's coming out in July.
We finally have an announcement. Woo.
Yes.
And
new characters.
Yeah,
it's being done by a new studio.
Oh, not sure how I feel about that.
It's now being done by where did I see? Studio 3 Hertz.
Okay.
And a new director.
All right.
But a lot of the staff is returning.
Okay, good. So hopefully the director doesn't try to make this his child, and this is just a generally good story. What made the second one great, or the very first season of Devil Was a Part-Timer great, was the fact that it was very what's the word I'm looking for? It was very basic humor about just living day to day, life to life, and being a retail worker. And then there was some of that Japanese rom-com stuff going on.
Right.
And then you add the ridiculousness of, I used to be a demon lord. Now I'm here on Earth making French fries.
Working at McDonald's.
Working at McRonald's. McReynolds. Anyway,
It's McDonald's.
whatever you say. Anyway, so that is an ongoing thing. I'm excited for this, and I can't wait to see it. But really, I need to see World End Harem.
Finally.
I believe the second episode comes out this week.
They really just released the first episode and said, "No, we're kidding."
They released the first episode. Like, oh, I'm sorry, Japanese censor TV needs to make sure that everything is okay. I'm like, what do you mean?
What do
Need to
you
make
mean?
sure everything's okay. What are you doing to my life?
You knew this was coming out. I mean, it's not the first time the Japanese censors have panicked over something. There are anime out there where they have single episodes banned forever off broadcast TV.
And those are the episodes we love the most.
Not even fan servicey episodes.
No.
Night Raid has an episode banned because they admit because that episode admits the truth about World War II.
Whoops. All right, what's next? Is it Cowboy Bebop? Tell me it's Cowboy Bebop.
It's not Cowboy Bebop. Oh, I forgot to include that article.
You forgot the Cowboy Bebop article.
That's how little I care about live action Netflix adaptations.
The important thing to remember is this, and I'll say it right now. Cowboy Bebop, the live action adaptation, was a mistake. Not because it was a live action remake. It was a mistake because the writers, the actors, and some of the staff sat there and said, we are sitting here and we are fixing what's wrong with the anime.
Yes.
And that is not what you say to an established fan base. You, even if you are changing everything, you lie through your teeth.
You play up how much you respect even if you're gonna go, yeah.
The original.
It's one of the reasons why the new Kelvin timeline Star Treks are still hated. Is because what's his face said, yeah, I'm gonna do Star Trek more like Star Wars, and everyone said no.
Mm-mm.
Even when it got in the hands of even when it finally got into the hands of people who love Star Trek, when it finally got to a new director, everyone said, oh, this is still that weird timeline, and it's being done by the guy who did Fast and Furious movies. We don't trust him, even though he made a good Star Trek movie.
He made a good Star
Finally.
Yeah. But there we were.
The goodwill was already gone.
Yeah, at that point. That was one of the big things. And you know, I actually watched an episode or two, and it also suffers from cursing too much. It seems like very lazy writing. Like, I remember watching Cowboy Bebop on Adult Swim, and there was not a lot of cursing. It
was adult, but it didn't need a curse.
But here, there some weird stuff going on there that, lots of strange things regarding people's genitals, and I'm like, what are you even? Why do I care? Why do I need to hear these curses every 5 minutes?
Yeah.
It is just lazy writing.
Now, cursing every 5 minutes isn't necessarily a bad thing.
No,
but it has to fit. Like Black Lagoon, you expect there to be an F-bomb every 30 seconds because it's goddamn Black Lagoon.
Yes, and
it's an 80s action movie about pirates.
Paramilitary pirates.
Well, like it's 2000s anime, but it's inspired by 80s action movies.
Yeah, and it's about a paramilitary group. Military people, they curse a lot constantly.
Yes.
While bounty hunters, it's like, oh, I expect you not to curse every 5 seconds.
Well, they do curse every 5 seconds, but in real life, but like that, anything that has that film noir feel, you don't expect cursing every 5 minutes.
Exactly.
And Cowboy Bebop's got that going on.
Especially, it's soundtrack, it's design, everything. Also, they changed Spike's real name to Fearsome. I don't know. I don't know. Mm-mm. Yeah, I made the exact same face. I was like, why did you change his name to Fierce? What the hell? What? Who?
Never mind.
Yeah. So lazy writing. What's next?
Actors actively disrespecting fans.
Oh, we already talked about Cowboy Bebop.
We already. Oh, we were talking. Oh, what? Oh, you were talking about. Oh, we're talking about next article.
Yeah.
Next article. General science news. The Webb telescope is finally going to launch. Its rockets being fueled.
Is it going to be launched though? Is it?
I don't know. They said it was going to be launched at the beginning of the month, and then they were assembling it, and something shook, and they had to tear everything down and check everything again. Ariane, this project is cursed. Northrop Grumman has fucked things up. NASA has fucked things up, and now the French are fucking things up. And I don't think I think it's going to blow up on the pad, or it's going to go into a wrong orbit.
Listen, if they're going to put it into a wrong orbit, they should really send up a pansexual furry with it, just to make sure that it's okay.
Oh God. Oh Lord.
I'm just saying, if we just take all the pansexual furries, we throw them in space. Think about how much real estate we'll have. Not much, but
then how would we get rainforest memes?
we would just go to the rainforest and meme.
That wrong rainforest.
I don't know what you're talking about. And I don't want to know what you're talking about.
Spend some time watching Internet Historian.
Nope. Not doing it. Mm-mm.
Next up, general tech news, especially if you're right to repair. Toyota owners, Toyota's locking out key fobs if you don't pay a subscription to Toyota with their new cars.
You know, I thought the subscription base on most things was a good plan. You know, coffee, protein shakes,
Some
medicine,
video games,
some video games. You know, cool.
but now they're locking you out.
Now they're locking cars.
Yes, you still unlock your car through other ways. This just locks out. Remote start, but that's a feature you pay for.
You pay to have that put in,
and they'll go and disable it if they don't update the. They'll go and disable it if the technology that it uses to talk to servers, like there are some 2018 cars that don't work anymore with this because they don't have 4G antennas. They only have 3G antennas.
Let me tell you, you can probably get yourself a mechanic to put in a remote starter.
But you shouldn't have to. That's a feature you paid for.
I am fully aware, which
it's
is why
one that's advertised with the goddamn car.
Yeah, well, what have we learned?
Even the goddamn car companies are copying Apple these days.
Yeah, well, you know, this is something you learn. First, you take all of your companies, you move them to China, you get yourself that sweet slave labor, and then you nickel and dime the Americans. That's what you do, right, Apple?
Well, speaking of tech companies, Microsoft Teams blocked Android users from dialing 911.
Now, this is hilarious because this actually got people killed.
So Teams, you can change your default phone app on an Android phone to Microsoft Teams, and it blocked people from calling 911 on it.
That is ridiculous.
Yes.
Okay, what?
Google says that they believe the issue is present on only, quote, a small number of devices.
How many is this?
And only when the user is logged into Teams.
How many, like, is that like, what 5%? How many phones was that?
I don't know.
That's what, a million phones, maybe?
Yeah, especially if your workplace is a Microsoft shop and they issue out Android phones, you're fucked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Especially especially since a lot of workplaces roll out cheap Android phones.
That's ridiculous.
Which will be the ones that have the goddamn issue.
All right. Well, now that we've seen that Microsoft scumbaggery continues on years into the future.
Well, it's combined Microsoft Google scumbaggery.
Oh yes, Google. How I love you, Google.
Speaking of companies or shadowy figures controlling your life, entertainment news.
What we got this time?
George Orwell's 1984 is getting a feminist retelling with approval from the author's estate.
No. No.
Isn't this
no.
Apparently they want to do the way they're selling it is that it's a novel from the female protagonist, not one's, I forget her name, but the female protagonist perspective, and she does have an yeah,
the one that sold the guy out to Big Brother.
Yes, yeah, the one that sold him out.
You ever notice how the feminist movies always have the girl as the bad guy?
Actually, yes.
Even when the girl's supposed to be the good guy, she's still the bad guy, which only continues to reiterate what my uncle would say all the time: women are evil.
Not all women.
I'm going to go with yes. Some women are aware that they are evil, and they, of course, fight against it. But some women are evil, and they don't know that they're evil.
I'm trying to keep you from getting in trouble.
What are they going to do? Yell at me on the internet? You know what I'll do? Get off the internet.
Oh, Lord. But yeah, this kind of this is like putting, like, they do this entire thing in 1984 about rewriting old stories to meet the new ideology.
No.
This is straight out of that. Fuck
no,
this.
This is not, no. Leave it alone. This is literally out of the damn book.
Yes.
Which is a thrilling, it's a chilling tale about what we should be concerned of.
Why is it that a book written by one of the great socialist thinkers is only read and understood by fucking conservatives? 1984 is not an instruction manual. It is a goddamn warning.
Because conservatives watch what happened to a society that valued all of its traditions and values, and then watched as it was slowly corrupted and destroyed from the fact that, well, humans are not inherently good. And people say, no, I don't need a moral structure. You don't know. You've lived in a Christian moral structure. You were brought up with it, whether you know it or not.
I just want to step aside real fast.
Mm-hmm.
That we're talking about Christian moral structures on a podcast.
Shut up.
for a lewd cosplay site.
There's nothing wrong with looking at women. They are beautiful creatures. And don't you want to see God's glory?
Moving on to more heresy. Henry Cavill would, quote, love to have a conversation, unquote, about the Mass Effect TV series.
This conversation better be how he can buy it and make sure they don't fuck it up.
Oh, yes. Apparently he's the only thing preventing The Witcher from being worse.
So, well, if he's saying, hey, I want
apparently
to buy...
he's the only person on set that has played or read The Witcher. And they just, like, he keeps on making, like, hey, why don't, instead of using this line, how about we use this line from this page of the novel?
It would make more sense. But, you want writers to reference the things they're writing about? Ridiculous.
So I might trust him with Mass Effect, but I'm not sure he has the arms to play Shepard.
He doesn't have...
They're buff enough. I just don't think they're long enough.
He cannot play Shepard. If we're gonna have anyone play Shepard, it'll be I can't think of a good actor right now that could play Shepard.
I don't have a good actor either.
The,
That's the
there's
problem. I can't think of anyone who could play Shepard.
not right now, not even a little bit. Shepard. My very first thought was the guy from Driver, and I'm like, no, he's too
No.
old now.
Everyone that you could get to play him is too old.
Yeah, they're all too old now. So we need.
And I don't know.
Need
And if they went Fem Shep, I don't know who would play her either.
Gina Carano.
Actually, yes, but that's not going to happen. But yes,
we just needed to get her hair red, and yes, Gina Carano.
Yes,
make it happen. So if you guys could buy subscriptions to HentaiCake.com, so I could get some licensing from BioWare and a crew together, and then a couple $1 million for Gina Carano.
Yes, we need to make this happen.
And most importantly, we'll finally have that lesbian Lasari scene. Oh, the lesbian Asari scene from multiple angles.
Who would play Liara though?
Liara? Let me think. Not Natalie Portman.
And not her voice actress.
No, definitely not her. We probably choose a new actress with great looking jugs.
Okay.
Yes. And is willing to be completely covered in blue paint.
And like sit in the makeup chair like 15 hours because I imagine Asari makeup is on the level of Klingon makeup.
Yeah, probably. Actually, well, I've seen a few Asari at cosplay things. It's usually about 2 to 4 hours.
Okay.
So
I just know Michael Doran was like in the makeup chair for like 5 hours before and 5 hours after shooting for TNG.
Yeah, but that was also like 20 years ago. It's a big difference in makeup technology at this point.
True.
We also have 3D printers now.
Point.
So
that's our last article.
Let's we still have 10 minutes. What you want to talk about for 10 minutes?
I'm distracted trying to think of like who would play what in Mass Effect series now.
I don't know.
Like everyone from Male Shep I think of as too old.
Same. That's my issue. I swear I sent you more stuff. Let me check the. Yeah. Where is the list?
I went through everything on the list, dude.
Oh yeah, you're right. That is everything. I sent you that one and that one. Yeah, the 3 I wanted, I sent. Oh, didn't the creator of Cowboy Bebop die?
No. The creator, one of the writers of Cowboy Bebop and Tokyo Godfathers passed away.
There you go.
I forget her name.
When Netflix cancels a series, they cancel a series.
So hard. Oof. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop, Tokyo Godfathers. Tokyo Godfathers is an amazing movie, but it's incredibly misnamed. I accidentally watched it one time, which was like, oh, Tokyo Godfathers. This is gonna be like the
Monsters.
Godfather.
Yeah,
it's like no, it's a bunch of old men trying to raise a baby. It's like, this is cute. This is an adorable Christmas movie. This isn't what I wanted.
This is a great Christmas movie. I wanted mobsters, you piece of shit.
You can have mobsters in a Christmas movie too.
Listen,
just not in this one.
All I want is a Christmas movie where De Niro says "that ass."
We're 20 years past that, unfortunately.
What else is going on in the world? Let's see here. There's nothing has happened in the last 6 hours that are interesting. Dying Light 2 cinematic trailer, no one cares. Destiny 2 Witch Queen, no one cares. Steel Rays, I don't even know what that is. Scrap Lantern, don't care. Nope, don't care.
That was me like an hour ago.
Don't
I
care.
don't care
Ooh,
about this. I don't care about this.
Grand Blue Fantasy is getting a PC port. Nice, good.
I might
Japan is
actually play it now.
Japan is learning to get off of PlayStation because Sony
Because
is
Sony.
Sony is only into femboys, as seen from our last week's episode.
Last week's episode. Oh, Lord.
Sniper Elite 5 got announced. And that weird pocket, analog pocket game series systems
Yeah,
thing.
that was on everything. It's like, oh, another emulator. Well, it's not it's hardware emulation, but another
Yeah.
emulator box.
Ooh.
I might pick one. I might pick one up because it's actually pretty good, but not at that price. Not at $300.
No, thank you. There's nothing going on in the land of video games or anime right now.
It should be going on because it's the goddamn holiday season. But
I would expect a lot of like, hey, this game just popped out. This game, you know what I bought this week? I bought $100.
The only thing that's launched is the new Halo, but it's a soft launch. It's soft launched already.
Here's my
and
issue.
it's not, and it's still has stuff coming out in like March.
Here's my issue. I bought $120 of games recently, but it was literally me buying the special edition of Danganronpa Decadence, which is just the 4 Danganronpa games. And I only bought the special edition because it was cheaper than buying the regular edition. I sat there and I went, oh, why is the regular edition $112? But the special edition is $99? Screw it. I got a cool metal box out of it. Yay. And some kind of felt poster. I was like, that's weird. I guess so I can touch the characters now. I don't know.
That's some phrasing right there.
Considering they're all high school kids, yes.
Okay,
Sony
okay,
strikes
Sony.
again. Sony striking again. Sony and CNN.
Oh God. Just an aside, that was kind of in like 48 hours. We had like 3 CNN staffers quit or get fired due to controversies, and then Chris Wallace says, "I'm joining CNN." God damn it! Don't you realize what's happening over there?
Maybe he's going there as a undercover journalist, looking to open up the corruption of I don't know.
I don't even know.
Nah. So I bought that, which is just the 4 Danganronpa games, and then I bought Digimon Digital Devil or Digital Digimon Cyber Sleuth, both the games on one little chip. Went okay, cool. And so I bought 6 games for $120. I'm like, that's fine. I'm good. And like, there's nothing new that really interests me right now, and there's nothing new out on the Switch right now.
Yeah, I've been going through Amazon trying to find a couple of Switch games to buy, and the only ones that I don't have that I want are Smash and Mario Kart, and those have been out forever.
I don't really want Mario Kart, and I've played Smash, and I'm tired of it already. The only one of the games I want on Switch that are currently in my thing are Brave Default 2.
I have that.
Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I have that.
And Final Fantasy 7-8 combo pack.
I don't have that. I'm debating that.
Because why not? I might as well be able to play Final Fantasy 7
on everything I own.
Everything. The only I don't have it on now is Xbox. Yet.
At some point, I'm gonna kidnap my buddy's PS5 and play the remake of Final Fantasy 13. Not 13, 7.
You don't want to play it. You don't want to play it. It just angers me every time I try.
Play that Yuffie DLC.
I can't do it. I just can't do it. I really liked 7. I really liked 8, 9, 10. 11 was an MMO. 12, I could take or leave, but I still enjoyed playing it. even though I found the fastest way to go and level up was to just leave a rubber band on my controller so my character was spinning in one spot and turn on the
Auto battle.
autoplay and just walk in, went to school, came back. I went up 10 levels.
Oh Lord.
I mean, and 13 was a shit show.
I initially liked 13, probably because I was in high school and I was horny for lightning.
I liked the animations to 13. I liked
Yeah.
the idea of 13. I didn't
Then
like the story.
A couple of years ago, I tried streaming 13, and it was painful.
It is boring. It is a very boring, and like every interesting thing you think would happen, they just skip over.
Yeah. Like
So it's
everything interesting. And like the reason I'd stopped playing Final 13 was like it was beautiful, but I was just like the gameplay wasn't interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm not one who's big into gameplay, but the gameplay wasn't interesting. So I started skipping battles, and then I went into the Sid fight extremely underleveled that it was impossible to beat. At which point I gave up.
Yep.
For years, and then I went to go pick it back up. I was like, this is goddamn boring. Fuck this shit.
Yeah. And then 14 is an MMO, and I enjoyed playing the crap out of that. Oh, I still need to go and get the new game package of that. I will not have time till Christmas. I will not have time till Christmas. It's not going to happen.
My gaming PC is torn down. I'm on my backup laptop right now. My gaming PC is torn down.
Time to play that Switch. Time to play that Switch.
The only thing I have that's up and running is my old PS4, which doesn't have any of my games on it, and my Switch.
Time to get on that Switch.
That's a first world problem right now. Is I have two PS4s.
That is the first world problem.
The story is I bought a PS4 used, and then when my dad passed away, I got his PS4 Pro.
There you go. Oh, did you hear PlayStation 5 might not do a PS Pro or PS5 Pro?
How can they do a PS5 Pro? There's not enough inventory for PS5 as it is.
That's why they're not going to do it, because right now, because they have a partnership with a chip company right now, so they can.
TSMC is booked with the entire goddamn world, and they don't have fab capacity.
Different chip company.
It was TSMC doing it. What are they going to go to Global Foundries?
I don't remember which one.
Is Samsung making PS5 still?
They might actually.
Because the system on the chip, because the processors the processors are from TSMC, and TSMC is booked with everybody because everyone's trying to get the latest Ryzens and the latest GPUs as fast as they can.
Yeah, but
they don't have time for 4-year-old technology.
But PlayStation to get PlayStation or Sony to get PlayStation 5s out, partnered with a different chip company.
Probably Global Fabs.
So that happened.
Or probably Global Foundries, because they're the only one I know. But they're so far behind the curve.
Anyway, they did that so that they were talking about doing that so they could better get the production for PS5 Pro. But they can't get the production for PS5. So right now they're retooling that for PS5. So guess what? We're probably not going to get a PS5 Pro. Instead of PlayStation's scumbaggery thing of, hey, here's the PlayStation 3. Here's PlayStation 3 Slim. Here's PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4 Pro. Now
here's the PlayStation 2. Here's the PlayStation 2 Slim. Here's the PlayStation. Here's the PS1.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think we're going to get that this time around because, well, that's an issue. Also, another issue is PlayStation 5. None of the games are worth it. None of them really push the boundaries of the PlayStation 5's tech.
The only one that's worth it is FF7 Intergrade, and even then, like that's mostly an upscaled PS4 game that played fine on PlayStation 4.
Yep.
The only thing new is the Yuffie DLC.
Ooh. Yuffie DLC, where they ruin her history. Ooh. They ruin a perfectly good character's backstory. Ooh. They take an interesting character and make her into a freaking meme.
At some point, I need to get you to debate my boy CY
On what?
on on the new FF7 and the Yuffie DLC.
Worthless.
He loves it,
Worthless.
but he's
I'm not even talking about the DLC. I'm just talking about him right now. Worthless. How dare you enjoy this?
but he's also a complete. He's an admitted shill for everything FF7.
Uh,
He
I
ran. He
like.
ran. He ran FF7 role playing groups on AOL back in the day.
Ugh.
That's how far that rabbit hole
See,
goes.
I like most Square. Excuse me. I liked most Square Enix, SquareSoft games growing up. They were my company. They were the one I bought everything from. I bought nearly every game I could that they put out, even the shitty ones. And I was like, well, I'm helping the company so they can make more better stuff like Xenogears and Final Fantasy VII. We got lots of really good games from SquareSoft. Lots of really good games from Square Enix. And then something happened in the late 2000s where everything went to shit.
That they decided to make cinematic movies.
Yeah. And while I like 10 and I like 10-2, I enjoyed 11 a lot more.
Isn't 10-2 the one that's like it's like
I sat there after I pre-ordered it and I played it and I went, the hell did I spend $50 on? Because it's a bunch of girls dancing.
yeah?
I'm like,
Isn't it just like
Final
isn't it
Fantasy
just
10
lesbian?
girl.
Isn't it just lesbian simulator?
Whoa! It's Final Fantasy 10 Charlie's Angels. I'm not even joking. Like the whole thing is they pose together, and I go, "This is Charlie's Angels." They just took Final Fantasy 10 and went, you know, we're gonna make Charlie's Angels. That's all it is, you know, and that's just what happens. And then we have and then they stopped doing more interesting side games, you know. They worked harder and harder putting all the resources into these big AAA blockbusters that have not been paying off. And now they've started doing side games, but they're all AAA licensing side
Yeah,
games. The Marvel games are terrible.
Marvel games aren't very good. Um, I did like Near Automata, but
That
I
was
also didn't have the time to fully complete it.
I like, again, that's one of those things where they didn't really even that was a game. I don't want to say continuation, but it was a game based off of the same director who did the other Near games.
Which was
And
weird. That game was hella weird.
yeah, that was one of those weird side games that was like, this is interesting, and you play through it and you go, okay, cool. Near Automata is the exact same thing, but again, they didn't really push off on it. They didn't really advertise. They didn't really do
Improve
much
on it.
with it
Yeah.
until it had already reached cult classic extreme fandom, and you're like, oh, it's great. Everyone loves this game. Cool. Let's push out Final Fantasy 15. No one's playing it. What do you mean no one's playing it?
I have the special edition of Final Fantasy 15 for
Same.
PlayStation 4. I have never opened it.
It's a very boring. Okay, the game itself is boring because it's literally hold down the circle button to attack, and just dodge. That's it. That's the entire system for playing. And I was like, okay, action RPG. This will be interesting. I wonder how are they gonna do it? Like Tales of Vesperia? Am I gonna be like this? Tales of Arise had a weird thing where you could attack and dodge, and I was like, okay, this is really fast paced, and I'm used to this with a Tales game. But then as I was playing, like, this kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy 15, but I'm not able to teleport next to the enemy. And then I got a skill to let me teleport next to the enemy. And then that was the end of that. Like, that was my character I was using for the rest of the game. That was it. But at least I had more skills and abilities to use beyond Fireball.
Oh, Lord. And somehow we managed to turn that into an hour.
There you go. All right, everyone. My name is Darren Silvers of HentaiCake.com. Your place for cosplay titties across the internet.
I'm Shep of Winning the War on Pants signing off.
Have a good night, everyone. And remember, Christmas season is coming, and there's nothing good to buy. Good night.